Hey, how's it going? I hope your day's off to a great start. We have another special episode of Brick Scale Studio, and it starts right now. Welcome back. I'm so glad to have you here. So, today we interrupt our normally scheduled broadcast of Time Machine Tuesday to bring you part two of the FO A frame cabin retro house build. So, in part one, we tackled the interior rooms and the base of the model, and we also did a couple of lighting elements. So today we're going to finish the roof or the sides of the cabin, finish up the lighting, and then add some additional exterior details. So without any more delay, let's get into the build. Okay, let's get into bag 7. All right, so we're taking the last light from envelope 1. So we have 2 lights, and then of course the plug. And again, they want us to check this. All right, and you can see we've got 2 lights. So number 1 going on the third one here, right there. And then the second one is going right there, and then the plug is just going off that way for now. So now we're setting this aside for a second. Bring this back, turn, and now we're bringing this. Okay, make sure to watch these wires back here. All right, these are a little tricky to get clipped in. All right, there we go. There we have it. All right, so we've got one roof panel on. We have the wires, we got the light, Okay. So now we're going to move on to bag 8, and then we're also going to need the second bag of electrics for bag number 8. Okay, let's get into bag 8. All right, so I like this little mini build. It's kind of cool, but it doesn't attach to anything. It just sits in here on the floor. I mean, there is kind of a lip here, so it's not going to fly around too much, but yeah, it is going to rattle around when you move the model, just FYI. Okay, so now we need another set of wires here. Okay, so we have another little circuit board. I'm going to set that aside. We have a little extender cable. Set that aside. All right, so there are 2 sets of lights. There's one with 3 and then just a single. We want the one with 3. And there's a black, a brown, and a beige. So we're going to be working with the black one first. All right, here we go. So we have, oh, interesting. This brown one is really just it's not even a light. It's just sort of a secure pin. So what we want to do is take the black one and we want to put it on the bottom of this lantern that we just made, like so. So we want to turn this around and we want to feed this wire right through the notch on this piece, just like so. And we're going to pin that in. There we go. And then we're going to pin that in on the side, just like so. So then we've got our next pieces coming out here. So now we want to take the beige one, the same color as this piece we just made. So we want to secure this. We want 4 of the little studs showing, and we want to secure this in between the 5th and 6th. So there we have that like that, and then the brown one again is just sort of floating on here. So now we want to take this piece that we just made, and we take the end with the plug, and there is a hole in the side here that we want to feed this through, just like so. All right, just like that, and then we just want to secure that, just like that. And then this is just going to hang here for now. We're not going to, we'll secure that in a future step. All right, so I realized we did not test our light like they wanted us to. So let me grab this and we'll just do a quick test. All right, yep. We have the porch light here, and then we have the interior light here. All right, perfect. All right, so far, all the lights have been working, so that's good. All right, so we're going to take this piece, and we're going to take this brown stud. So it is going to go right there, and then we are just going to secure that down. I don't know, that's interesting. That one does not have a light in it, so I'm sure it's just to keep the wire from sagging down into the room. It just kind of pins it up to the ceiling. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to build this little railing. So let's get that done. All right, so this wire is meant, I'm going to take this off. Okay, so this wire is meant to go, it's meant to come around here just like so, and then feed through and run along the bedroom floor here. All right, perfect. So we got it. Now we're going to put this back on. All right, so we're working on this wall down here, and I really wish we would have, when we built this wall, we're putting on the black paneling like is on the roof and on this side. I really wish they would have had, there's no reason why we shouldn't have done this as we built this wall unit. Now, as is, it's very difficult putting these on here when it's the wall is vertical and you're messing with the underside of the floor, this railing, and then the side of the roof. It's kind of difficult to get in there, especially with my hands, but it is what it is. We're going to get this done. All right, so got that on there. And yeah, so that was the piece that we were working on here. All right, so that makes a nice little vine detail on the side there. All right, we're going to take the last light from bag 2, and we are going to put that right here. And again, it wants us to test it, so let's bring over the battery box. And yep, lights up. And this, it just wants to go in like so. Yeah, so I find it interesting that these bottom clips don't actually clip into anything. They just sit on this flat tiled surface. And then, of course, the wire, yeah, the wire just comes out here for now. Okay, so now it wants us to do more wire work here. So let me turn this. All right, so we have our additional circuit board here, and it wants us to connect this wire to the second spot, like so. This one in the third slot, like so. And then it wants this one I know this is difficult for you to see, but I don't think with the angle of this roof here, I don't think that I can get it in a position. I'll show you when I get them all connected. Also, this extension cable we need to plug into the end. All right, so now we have our extension wire. So I'm going to flip this around really quick. Again, this angle makes it real difficult for you to see, but we have all of our wires connected, and then we're going to tear off an adhesive backing and attach this board up here. So I'm going to do that now. And now it wants us to feed the extension wire down the inside of the roof to come out and meet these wires down here. So I'm going to do that now, and it gives us a couple of these little clips to help guide us in securing the wire along the roof here. So let me get that into position. And it's useful to kind of use the tweezers to kind of guide these. So now we've got that wire coming down there. And now we want to take these 3 wires coming out the bottom, and we want to use this little clip piece to secure those right down here. And I'll show you that when I get it complete. So it's a little tricky because you're managing 3 wires, and then also this space that you're putting this clip in is not very big. So there we have them all secured, and this one could probably be moved over a little bit, so I'll try to do that. All right, so that's as good as I'm going to get it. So I'm not going to be super obsessive about it. Okay, and that is it for bags 8. Okay, so for bag 9, I imagine we're going to be completing the other side of the roof here, given all the plates and everything. So I am going to grab these plates out of here to give us a little more room with our other parts. We have an alarm clock piece, which cool, and then we've got these little binoculars. And it wants us to put it on this piece here, which is the bedside table. However, there's no studs, so we're literally just setting these on a flat surface. So you know instantly the second you touch this, these pieces are going to go flying. So while, yes, kind of a cool detail, I'm just going to set these to the side because they're just going to go flying. All right, so this is a little better. At least we've got a box. But again, we're just putting these random pieces in here. All right, the trophy we can secure in. This one we can just sit in there. This one we'll sit in there. But again, it's wanting us to just put this on the floor. And so it's literally not going to stay there. I was complaining about the dresser in the bottom of here, but it's kind of pinned in. There was a lip on the floor, and then there was that like hat rack in the corner, so it kind of pins it in there. I mean, it can still move a little this way, but the bed and everything is right there, so that's not such a big deal. But this box is, yeah, it's just gonna free float in here, which is fine. We'll just leave it for now. Okay, and now it looks like we need our last piece out of bag 3 of the electrics, which is, actually no. So in bag 3 we have two. So we have two pieces. We have this one with this metal bar, and then we have this one. The one we're looking for is here. So it looks like there's lights along here, and it wants us to place this like so, and go. So the black stud, which has a light in it, is going this way, and then the other end, which has the plug, is coming back this way. So now that we've secured that in, again, it wants us to check the light, so let's do that. Okay, so yep, we have the strip light and the other light in there as well. All right, so that all works. So let me unplug that, put the battery box aside. And again, we want I guess this is the front of the cabin because that's where the sliding glass door is. So we want the black stud with the other light going toward the front. And then we want the strip light going there. So that's all it wants us to do with that for now. All right, now we're going to build the panel that goes. I'm just going to say, like, I'm not a big fan of. I like most of the stickers in this set, but these, like, sort of wood grain stickers going on these black pieces, like, I don't think it looks very good. Like, they're very shiny and cellophane-y looking. So, yeah. Not a fan of those. Had I had this to do over again, I would not put these on. But since I put them on this side, to be consistent, I'm going to put them on this side as well. Okay, so now we're going to take our last piece of lighting, two lights and a clip. So this one on the end here is just, again, it's just a clip. The two lights are these two here. So again, it wants us to check these, so let's be sure to do that before we get too far. And yes, we've got both of them, as you can see. Put the battery box off to the side. All right, so this one on the end is number 1. Number 2 is the other, so the light, and then number 3 is the clip. So number 1, we want to put in the third notch here. Number 2, we want to put right in the middle here. And then number 3, we want to put that right there. So we have another one of our little clip pieces. So it wants us to clip this right here. Just like so. All right, perfect. So now we want this. So this wire that we attached earlier, we want to go right down here, like so. And then this wire, we also want to go right down there as well. So let's clip these pieces in here first. Get that down there. Fold it. And then we're going to attach these two pieces here and those two pieces there. Okay, so there is our roof. So again, we have 3 wires coming out at the front or up on this side, and then we've got these wires coming out here. So now we're moving on to bag 10. We have this little dog. It's cute. All right, so we still have this light element that is hanging down here on the side, and we are going to hook that into the bottom of this lantern, and that is going to hang right there. Okay, perfect. So we'll wait until the very end to test all the electrics to make sure the lights come on. But that was the last light fixture that we had. Onward with the build. All right, so just adding some details on the side here with the little leaf pieces. This is sort of a sequence of instructions issue. There's so many things hanging off of this like pergola or whatever this thing is, that trying to get all these little details in underneath it is really ridiculous. Like all of this base work should have been done first and then this covering put on there. Like I said, it's just a sequence of instructions. I feel like this stuff should have been done before this. Also, the clutch power on the little jumper that holds those, they look like grapes to me. Like this is maybe like a grape arbor. But the clutch power on those is not strong at all. So anytime, I mean, you barely bump this thing and they fall off. Anyway, on with the build. All right, that is it for bag 10. And now we are on to the last bag. Okay, so the last part was the minifigs, and they definitely look different than Lego minifigs, for sure. But it came with 4 of them. And the interesting part, is that the 2 with the blue legs the leg part came already assembled, but the brown and the black, I had to assemble the legs. And then for all 4, I had to put the hands into the arms, and then the arms into the body. So yeah, very interesting. Definitely not Lego there. So the last step that I need to do is, and I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to see this very well, but we have our jumble of wires back here, and I just need to secure this final sort of bridge that like collects all the wires, attach that to, rip off the adhesive and attach that, and then we can test the lights. So let me do that really quick. Right, so let me put the battery box on and kill some of these lights. Here we go. All right, we do have lights. So that is very cool. So we have the little porch, this little light over here that we just put on. We have the little fire pit over here, which blinks. I did not even know that, so that's kind of cool. I'm not sure if you can see that. There it goes. See how it like slowly turns on, then turns off. That's kind of neat. What else do we have over here? So we have the lights under here, and then we have the porch light over here. And then if we turn this around, you'll see that we've got some. Again, it's hard to see, but we have some lights here. That's cool. All right, so I'm going to change the camera angle, and then we'll go over this real quick. So here is the completed A-frame cabin from FO, or Fun Hole. Yeah, the name is questionable. So obviously this is not Lego. However, it is Lego compatible. So the bricks will work with Lego and vice versa. Let me give you the pros and cons here really quick. The pros is that it does include a light kit, and the instructions are built in such a way that you incorporate the lighting as you build the model. So it's not after the fact where you have to tear stuff apart to put the lights in. You add the lights as you're building the model. So that's very cool. And the price, this retails for $99. I was able to get it on Amazon with a coupon, and I got it for, I think, $83. So price-wise, you really can't beat it if the Lego brand doesn't mean anything to you, and you're not, a Lego purist, and you just enjoy building models like this. This is definitely for the money. It's a great set. I mean, like I said, $83 on Amazon, and it comes with lights. And this was a pretty big set. It had over 2,000 pieces, so pretty large. Now for some of the cons. Once you build it, although I will show you in the back, once you build it, you can't look inside like the Lego set. The Lego set, the roof easily comes off and you can look inside. It's sort of a modular kind of a building. This is not, but it does have an open back. So there's no printed pieces whatsoever. Everything is a sticker. It was quite a large sticker sheet, as we saw during the build. I have sort of mixed feelings about the stickers. While I hate stickers, I would much rather have printed pieces, obviously. However, most of the stickers here, I didn't hate applying them. They were sort of more of a transfer type thing. They had a clear sheet over the sticker that gave you a lot more to hang on to while you were placing the sticker, especially like on these log pieces here. They were very easy to put on because you had this big square and it was easy to hold onto those corners and put those on there. And then you just press them down really good and peel off that clear layer. For that aspect of it, I thought they were great. And most of them look really good. The ones that I am not crazy about are the wood grain that you apply to the roof. I don't even know if you can even really see them. But like up here, these two top have these wood grain stickers. And on the black tile, they just look awful. Here's another one here. They're very like shiny compared to the pieces, and yeah, I just don't care for them. However, the one here on the pergola, these brown ones, they look just fine. They're great. It's just the ones on the black roof. Now, had I had this to do over again, I would not put them on the roof at all. I wouldn't have put any of them on the roof. But I started, and so once I started, it's like, well, I guess I got to put the rest of them on there. Also, I think the color choices are a little odd. There's a little sign here that says jungle camping. So this is supposed to be the jungle, I guess. But other than these vines, the foliage doesn't really say jungle to me. So that's very strange. Also, the black roof is weird. I don't know if I would have picked that. And then this black wall here. Yeah, that's a little strange to me also. I'm not a big fan of it. But the other thing that I was not a fan of is the base. So it's very detailed, which it looks great, but unlike the A-frame cabin from Lego, which is very secure and feels sturdy when you're moving it, this does not. In fact, just moving this to this table to do this video, I felt some pieces giving way. Once you build it and put it on a shelf, it's great, but if you have to move it, just be very, very careful. It's just not very stable. There are some elements that are not attached to anything, like this telescope. Look, I mean, it's a super interesting build. It would have been, this I thought was strange. I think a clear piece would have been just fine, but instead it's a black tile, round tile with a sticker that looks like a lens. But overall, I mean, I think it's a cool little mini build. And then same thing with this rocking chair up here, a cool little mini build, but they're not attached to anything. They just sit here. So every time you move, they slide all around, they fall over. So I would have liked, I mean, especially since, I mean, there were, they put little studs up here to attach leaves and things. They could have very easily have done something to secure one of the legs of the telescope, at least. And then inside there is a box. This blue box is not attached to anything. So yeah, every time you move, it slides all around. And then there is a little, which you probably can't see, but there's a little like sort of a record player credenza kind of a thing in here that's also not attached to anything. But it's pinned in well enough to where it's fine. It pretty much stays where it is. Plus, you can't really access in there anyway, so. But mostly just the telescope and this rocking chair. But other than that, I mean, I think fairly comparable to building a Lego set. There were numbered bags. The instruction manual was pretty clear most of the time. There were a couple sequencing things where I think they could have had you do things earlier than they had you because it was difficult to get your hands in where you needed to. I think if they would have had you do that step earlier, it would have been a lot easier. Also, like I said, this does come with lights, so let's check that out. So here's the open back. So you can see that. So all of the wiring for the lights come to the back here to this little junction. And then it came with this battery box, takes 3 AA batteries. And then this you plug in the USB, and then you simply just turn it on. And let me turn out the lights so you can see this a little better. I think for the most part, it looks pretty neat. I do like the lights. The one that's really kind of questionable, though, it's hard to see, but you see this big bright light. I'm not really sure what the point of that is. It's a strip light about yay long that goes along the bottom here. And like I said, I'm not really sure what the point is because we have lights in the ceiling in this room and we have lights in the ceiling up here. So I'm not really sure like what it's actually lighting up. Other than there's a lot of light bleed on the side here, which is not the greatest. Also, there's a huge gap here. And let me just turn this around really quick so you can see the front. So there is another light, a little porch light kind of thing here. But again, here's that light strip, and there's a lot of bleeding down here. I don't really, again, don't know why we needed this strip here. So I do think it actually kind of looks better from the front. So here's the front. There's another little porch light. This side room is lit up. Also, I think this is cool. The little fire thing, it like sort of fades in and out, which I think is very cool. That gives it kind of a neat little fire effect, I guess. And you can see against the wall there that light bleed from that strip light, which again, I'm not really sure why that was needed. And you probably can't see, but there is the overhead light in this bottom floor is so bright. But there is a little fire pit in there as well, and it also fades like this outdoor one. So it looks very good. Overall, I do like the light kit. And like I said, if, with everything being so expensive, and let's face it, I mean, I love Lego. I've loved Lego my whole life. I've been building Lego as an adult for 15 years at least, probably longer than that. And so I love Lego, and I'm not going to stop building Lego. But I do think this is a pretty good alternative, especially cost-wise. Like I said, to get this for under $100 and it includes the lights. If you are following my other series, which you really should, the DeLorean series, where I'm building a scale model and the Lego version as well. So I'm building 2 models of the DeLorean, 1 Lego, 1 scale model. For the Lego version, that retails for $199. You can find it on sale. I think right now on Amazon it's on sale for $159. And then to buy a third-party light kit, Light My Bricks just came out with their 2.0 system, and just for the light kit, they want $135 just for the light kit. Like you're looking at $335. The Lego A-frame cabin was $179, and I'm sure there's a light kit available for it. I will, when I do the wrap up, I'll have the exact numbers, but I imagine it's about $100 or so. So again, you're talking about $280, $300. Where this one, like I said, I got it for $83. And overall, like I said, it was an enjoyable experience. Like I had a good time. It was very as you can see, it's very detailed. And that is the FO A-frame cabin. So what did you think of the FO A-frame cabin retro house? I mean, I know I already talked a lot about it, but just sort of in a nutshell, I'm not going to say it's either better or worse than Lego. I'm just going to say it's different. I did have a good time doing the build. So I have some notes down here. So if you see me looking down, that's why. So again, what did you think? comment down below. Should we do some more of these? Should I get a couple more of these sets? I mean, they're certainly affordable compared to Lego. And I did mention in the video we were going to take a look at the FO cabin side by side with the Lego cabin. So let me put that picture up. And just a reminder, the Lego cabin is 2,082 pieces and retails for $179. And the FO cabin is 2,061 pieces and retails for $99. However, you can find it on Amazon for $83. Piece-wise, they are pretty close, about the same amount of pieces. However, you will notice that the FO cabin is slightly bigger than the Lego cabin, which is odd since the piece count's about the same. I think the size difference and the piece count equivalency is made up on the Lego side with the interior details. There is a lot more interior details on the Lego side. And the roof comes off the Lego set, and the upper floor lifts off, and there are way more details. Plus, there's a back wall on the Lego set. There is not a back wall on the FO set. It's an open back, and the interior, since you can't really take the roof off and get in there, there's a lot less details. However, I think the FO version has more details on the outside. But again, all in all, I think, it's not better or worse than Lego. It's just different. And if you're budget conscious, which in these times, who isn't, you really can't go wrong with the FO set. Like I said, the Lego set is $179 and does not include any lights whatsoever. If you want lights for the Lego set, you have to get a third-party version. There's several brands available. The one that I'm most familiar with is Light My Bricks, and their light kit is $65. So you're paying $179 for the Lego set plus another $65 for the light kit. Now, for just a little bit more than the Lego light kit, you can buy the whole FO set, including the light kit, for $83. So it's definitely a budget-friendly option. And if you enjoy building these sets, definitely go for the FO. I mean, I'm probably going to get some more sets just to try them out. I do like the light kits, and I like that they're integrated into the instructions. Also funny, I just noticed Bruce's tail's kind of hanging out in the shot. If you didn't watch the Jaws video, definitely check that out because it's really great. Bruce, he's like my new best friend. But anyway, let's put that away for now. I did enjoy the FO build. It was just fine. And the critiques that I have of it, it's in the review portion, so I'm not going to go over all that again. I will put a link to the FO website and a link to the Amazon site if you want to obviously get the cheaper version. But definitely check out what they have available. They have a ton of different sets, they have another, just sort of a regular cabin, not an A-frame cabin. They also have other buildings that have medieval stuff. They have steampunk stuff. So they have a variety of things. So check out their website, but also check out Amazon. You can often find it at a discount on Amazon. Again, comment down below. What do you think? Are you a Lego purist? Are you like, no way am I ever doing anything other than Lego? Or are you open to other things? Also, let me know if you want me to review other FO sets. They're definitely affordable enough that I can pick up a few more and we can do more of these videos. Okay, so before we say goodbye, I just again want to remind you to like, subscribe, comment, hit that bell notification. And until we see each other again, happy building, take care, be kind to each other, and I'll see you real soon.